Ain't nobody ran defense like Gary. Act like you know. Yo, what's good with y'all? Welcome to another episode of TEQCopsKicks. My name is Technic G. Today we have another fresh sneaker unboxing / review video for y'all. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Today we're taking a look at the Nike Air Zoom Flight The Glove in the black and white colorway. This pair released July 2026 and retailed for $170. This is actually the second pair from this release that I've bought. The first pair that I picked up from Snipes had some pretty terrible quality control issues that I couldn't get past, so I went ahead and filed for a return. It's not Snipes' fault, it's obviously Nike's fault. I just wanted to let you know where I had picked that pair up from. I picked this pair up from Undefeated for $195.88, which is a little more than the $173.58 that I had paid from Snipes. But I really can't complain because I was struggling to find this pair and it had just randomly popped up at Undefeated. It's pretty much sold out everywhere that I looked. I've always wanted a pair of the gloves. I've just never owned one before. So this is my first pair, and off top, I think these are dope. Obviously, the main thing that makes the gloves stand out is this big zippered shroud covering almost the entire upper. When everything is zipped up, the shoe has this really smooth, almost one-piece look to it. You've basically got all black across the upper, then that big white swoosh comes across the front and gives you most of the contrast. But once you unzip it, there's a whole other shoe hiding underneath. You've got the regular tongue, the lacing system, a mesh inner booty, and then you can see that red Monkey Paw support system around the back. So the zipper and the shroud weren't just there because Nike wanted the shoe to look crazy. The whole setup was designed to wrap around your foot and help keep everything locked in. And I like that you can technically wear these a couple different ways. You can leave the shroud opened up and show some of that red underneath, but personally, I think they look way better zipped up. That's the glove. That smooth covered up look is what makes the shoe what it is. Then you've got the white coming around the toe, white through parts of the midsole and outsole, some smaller white swooshes around the shoe, and then those red hits underneath. It's really just black, white, and a little bit of red, but basically the actual design is so different, it doesn't feel like a basic black and white sneaker at all. The original Air Zoom Flight came out in 1998, and of course the player connected to this shoe is Gary Payton. Gary Payton was known as the glove because of his defense. He was known for getting up on people, locking guys down, and making life difficult for whoever he was guarding. And obviously that nickname ended up fitting this shoe perfectly because the whole upper basically wraps around your foot like a glove. The shoe was designed by Eric Avar, who is responsible for a lot of important Nike basketball designs. And this came from that late 90s era where Nike was really willing to experiment. They made some weird basketball shoes back then, and I mean weird in a good way. You had designers actually trying different things instead of every basketball shoe having basically the same setup. And look at these. This shoe came out almost 30 years ago and it still looks futuristic. You could put this on a shelf next to a bunch of modern sneakers and the glove is still gonna stand out. That's always been one of the things that I liked about it. Now, this isn't the first time Nike has brought the glove back. They retroed it in 2013, so this 2026 version is only the second retro run since the original 1998 release. And Nike did go back and fix some details compared to that 2013 pair. One of the bigger ones is underneath the shoe. The 2013 retro had a fake carbon fiber piece. On this version, Nike actually went back and used real carbon fiber. They also changed some of the smaller details to make the shoe look a little closer to the original. That red monkey paw underneath the shroud is more like the OG. Some of the branding is closer, the outsole color was adjusted, even little stuff around the heel and upper was changed to better match the original pair. So I definitely give Nike credit for paying attention to that stuff, but they still didn't bring everything back. And this is probably my biggest complaint with the shoe. The original version had Zoom Air in the heel and the forefoot. This retro only has Zoom Air in the heel. Up front, you're basically just getting foam. And I don't really understand that, because this is literally an Air Zoom Flight. If you're gonna bring back a basketball shoe that was known for its technology, I think the technology should be part of that retro too, especially at $170. Now, am I personally buying these to go play basketball in? Nah. So it's not something that ruins the shoe for me. But at the same time, I would have liked Nike to bring that original cushioning setup back and make the retro a little more authentic. As far as sizing goes, I went with my normal size 12 and they fit good. So for me, I definitely say true to size. The upper does feel pretty secure because you've got the regular lacing system underneath, then the whole shroud wrapping over everything. So that makes sense because this was built as a performance basketball shoe back in the day. Comfort-wise, just remember what you're dealing with. This is a retro basketball sneaker from 1998. Even though you've got some Zoom Air in the heel, I wouldn't buy these expecting them to feel like a brand new modern basketball shoe. For me, these are going to be a casual sneaker, and I actually think this colorway is pretty easy to wear. Black and white goes with almost everything. It's the shape of the shoe that makes it stand out. This is definitely one of the pairs where somebody is probably going to look down at your feet and either know exactly what they are or wonder what you've got on. For me, this was one of those pickups that just made sense. I've always liked the glove, I've never owned a pair before, and I really wanted one. Now that I finally have them in hand, yeah, I'm definitely rocking with them. I love the shroud, I love the black and white colorway, I love how different the whole shoe looks, and I like having another one of these older Nike basketball models in my collection that actually has some history behind it. My biggest complaint is still that missing forefoot zoom. I think Nike should have brought that back. But other than that, I'm happy with these. If you're a Gary Payton fan, you grew up around this era of Nike basketball, or you've always just wanted the glove like I did, I think this is a solid pickup. It's definitely not a shoe everybody's gonna like, but I don't think it's supposed to be. That's part of what makes the glove the glove. Yeah, man, this shoe is just so dope. I'm really glad to have it as a part of my collection. Gary Payton was the man, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody ran defense like Gary. Act like you know. But yeah, it's kind of too bad that my first pair was all flawed like it was. Made me sleep in on release date. And then I didn't open the sneaker box until it was time to do the review. I was pretty much halfway done with the review before I realized how terrible the flaws were. You know, obviously that made me kind of mad. But yeah, then I went and looked for another pair. It was sold out everywhere. I had to just keep stalking the internet, going to every page, hitting refresh all day. And like I said, just randomly, you know, I went to Undefeated. Size 12 popped up. I put it in my cart quicker than you could imagine. Yeah, but yeah, this pair looks pretty good. It ain't 100% perfect. I'm still gonna, you know, go through and check it out or whatever, but looks a lot better than that first pair that I bought. But yeah, this is a dope shoe. It's definitely gonna get some miles, some good wears in. I wear all my shoes, you know. These ain't just display pieces. This is part of my life. But yeah, that's all I got to really say about this sneaker. I'm glad to have it as a part of my collection. Thanks for watching episode 52 of Tech Cops Kicks. My name is Technic G. Make sure you thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment, let me know what you think about today's sneaker. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, X, formerly known as Twitter. Make sure you check out my official website at TEQCopsKicks.com. Keep copping them kicks, y'all. Stay true to yourself. Wear what you like to wear and do what you like to do. Much love. Peace.